Hi, everyone. I'm Summer.
I'm Carrie.
And this is Papacia Podcast.
I'm nervous.
Oh, don't be nervous. It'll be fun. Fuck. Oh my gosh. What the hell just happened? What the hell? What is happening? Make sure you come back. We're going to do this bi-weekly. So make sure you come back to talk to us more about, sex, drugs, and self-improvement.
All right, welcome back. And Josh has decided to be our victim and join us for this episode too, where we are discussing sex toys.
Yay!
Yay! So I just went to Europe for a couple weeks, and for a couple of days we were in Prague, and Prague happens to have a museum that is the history of the Sex Machines Museum, I think is something like that. I'm butchering the name, but Google it, you'll find it. It's not hard. So anyhow, doing like I do, I take pictures of every damn thing in life, and I posted them. And interestingly enough, I expected to get like some people, needing a fainting couch and clutching pearls. But instead, the responses I got, which were it was just pictures from, some of the things in the exhibits, with people actually interested. Like, how does that work? What is that for? And I'm like, okay, this is good. Nice, healthy dialogue, right? And so we had talked about doing an episode about sex toys. And then yesterday, I see this, did you see that article about I shared it on the podcast social media, where this woman freaked out because she was in Target and they had just, the most basic of rabbit vibes, essentially. It's got the clit stimulator on it. And she's started ranting about it being a double penetration. And so basically this whole flurry of internet things I'm like, okay, so there are so many people who, first of all, think sex toys are something shameful, and secondly, don't even know how they fucking work. You guys are missing out, okay? So then that solidified it. We had to do this episode. And man, I've seen so many different comments lately. I had that episode talking about seeing the guy who listened to Kevin Samuels, which was funny. After we stopped talking, and he started posting things anti-toy. I refrained from commenting that he used toys with me, but sex toys are not competition, guys. Learn to embrace them. So, how did you start using toys, Carrie? I was like 30. I had never used toys. I don't even know if I even knew. Well, no, I'm positive I didn't know like the variety of what was out there. I had gotten divorced. I was with this younger guy who decided in his words, he couldn't keep up with me. So he went and bought me a toy and said, leave me alone. No more than twice a day. This is for the rest of the time. So that is really how that conversation went. So how did you start using them, Carrie?
I was really young, I think, because like we've talked about on the podcast, like stuff that happened when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And like people like sexually act out like as they get older because of that, and I think that's what I did, but with toys, because I was scared of people. So I found my first vibrator, I think I was 12 or 13 maybe, and I started using it, and then I got a boyfriend when I was 16, so I stopped needing it. But and then I started using them again in college, and I got like one of those like rabbit vibrator things, and then just kept like yes, that one, but purple.
This is the rabbit, but I used to have purple one too. Pink is what they had now.
I don't know where that one. It's somewhere. It probably got lost in one of my many moves. but I had that one, but purple. The first one I had, it was like a tiny little pink one. So.
And just to note, you said you stopped needing it. Now, just because that's Carrie's experience doesn't mean that everybody's going to stop using theirs just because they get a partner. Because self-sex and partner sex are two different experiences, and it's okay for them to want both. Or you can use the toys together.
Yes, I was like, I was 16, and so when I got my boyfriend, like we were just having so much sex, like all the time. I just like was too tired to do it by myself.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So, Josh, when did you use your first toy?
The variety of male-only sex toys has never really interested me all that much. However, using a toy on a partner, probably 25-ish.
I've heard that from a lot of guys that they don't particularly like the male only like sex toys, like the pocket like that. Not particularly like interesting.
No. I mean,
there's a lot of limitation too on what the options are. And so if the 2 or 3 options there are available don't fit right or don't feel right, you're just kind of out of luck because there's just not that much variety, really. They're just all different.
I've also heard a lot of guys say like they don't like them because they're a pain to clean. So
that's fair. That is fair
for you.
Yeah. However, my experience has been that the best times I've ever had have been partner play with a toy and then transition into intimacy, and that's
that's super fun.
Yeah.
That's almost as good as a proper threesome.
I mean, well,
and not all threesomes are good, so
no, they're not.
No. That's why I said a proper one. So what is your favorite toy, Carrie?
My favorite.
I know. I made you go get your collection. What is your favorite toy?
I think it depends on like what kind of thing that you're wanting.
Right. She's like, don't make me choose between my children.
I literally. I like them all for different reasons.
That's fair. Okay. So tell us what. Show us and tell us. Show and tell.
Okay. So where do I start?
At the beginning.
This one was my first one. Tiny little man right here. Don't use him anymore, really.
Hey, I was with him last night. Yeah. Now Carrie's gonna be all red.
My face is already red, Summer.
Oh yeah, I just hope he never watches this.
Listen, it's fine. It's fine. So I have that one, and I think this is the one that I got next, and it has a ring on it. I also use it for like strap-on things.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
What
is that? Is it silicone?
Yes, it's pink silicone with like the suction cup on the bottom. And it also has like the space for, I don't have the right size ring on it right now because I couldn't find it. But I do like strap-on stuff, mostly like with guys. And then
Carrie has discovered that she likes to dom too. She was shocked by this. I kept telling her, try it. I think you'll like it.
I thoroughly enjoy like being a dom to men. It's interesting for sure. This one is good for that because it reaches like the P spot for men and the G spot for women because it's so curved. But I think my most favorite toy I'm a little scared to show on here.
Oh, please show it. We all need to
building
see
the
it.
intrigue.
Right.
This one's my favorite. It's a bad dragon.
Okay, thank you. I was like, what is this?
It's like 8 inches tall, and they do like fantasy kind of dildos, and it's silicone, but it's called the Demogorgon.
Yes, we looked at this website one night.
Yeah, it's my favorite. It's very large.
This is what happens in the group chat. We
And then I have a bunch of random like butt plugs, but they're all pretty. Like this one's black.
Oh,
Oh,
it's so shiny.
so shiny.
I'm going through mine and realizing that like all of my
This is the best thing. A wand.
is it? See,
Yeah.
I've never tried one of the wands.
I love it. It's magical. I like the ones that, as annoying as it is to have one that has like a plug in, it's better.
That
because,
terrifies me.
well, they don't die. Like the
But
ones
I might die. One short in a wire and I'm dead. That's how you get electrocuted. I picked
That
up
is
on
on my face.
on order.
Her house's wiring might be a little bit better.
I will be great. I don't.
I mean, currently I don't have the electrical supply to plug something in, but I've got my solar array supports a
They make the
refrigerator
model
and nothing else.
They make the model that hooks to a car battery.
I also have
Uh-oh, we lost Summer.
Summer come back. Oh,
Oh, there she is.
you turned green for a minute. That was scary.
Okay, I'm sorry. Where were we?
I think all of the rest of the stuff that I have really is like butt plugs and my strap-on belts, but I have a fun butt plug with a tail. I like it.
So it took me until earlier this year to realize why there were people on the internet that had tails coming from their skirts.
Ah, now you know.
They hurt.
Oh, there it is. That's what I was saying. I thought I couldn't find it. Okay.
That's basically all of my things. A variety of plugs. And my strap.
So, what about your strap-on? Do you have the one? Do you have one where you can like, where it's just the harness where you can put in different ones, or is it the one that's all one piece? Okay.
This one, I just washed it, so it's all wrinkly, and I need to hang it up. So this one is like the beginner one, and it came with one, and you just like put it through like the little silicone hoop, like this,
Okay.
like that, and then
There
you
you
just
go.
like they go around your thighs, and they have little tighteners on them. It even has like a little spot for like a bullet vibe. It's great.
Nice.
And then the other one that I have, you can get different size rings for different size dildos. They make massive ones that are like the size of my arm, and those are terrifying. I don't want one of those. But you could with that belt if you wanted to. I don't want to though.
You know, whatever people want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had that conversation on here. I have a limit too.
Yeah, not trying to go for like the horse shows, you know?
One of these days, I'm going to ask him if he never listened to that episode. I always lose my nerve when we're together, and I think about it, and then I lose my nerve, and I don't ask him.
I bet he did, and I bet
I think he did. Oh, Lord. Okay, so Carrie mentioned washing. Always wash your toys.
Always. And like the belts, you just toss them in the washer. They're totally fine. Just make sure you take the rings off and also the dildo, obviously. And always use like, I have like antibacterial like soap that I use with it, and also toy cleaner. And you have to wash them after each use. Make sure your silicone toys don't touch each other, because
that's what I was going to say. I have all of mine in individual bags because the silicone will melt to each other.
Yeah, that happened to one of mine, and that was bad on it. And also not to get dust on them, because the dust can ruin them also. So
good point. Lube is awesome. Use lube if you need it, if you want it.
I have like
and if you don't know what kind of lube for your purposes, because there's different types that are better for different applications, go into a store and ask them. Like, they do this all the time, and they can help walk you through that.
I highly recommend like gel lube for like anal kind of play, and like the thinner ones for like everything else, because
and you also have to remember some lubes aren't compatible with latex. So if you're using condoms, you need to choose lubes that aren't going to degrade the latex.
Yes.
That's the one thing that I've found the internet unanimously agrees on, is when to use this lube or when to use that lube. Everything else on the internet might be BS, but lube, the internet.
That's true. That is true. People take this very seriously.
And also, like, if you're having sex with multiple partners, you can also, like, please put a condom on your dildo.
So my favorite is the classic, because it's easy and I'm lazy.
And it has
so if I'm using it by myself, yeah, it has a bunch of settings. Like, it has the beads there, spin, and then that's got different settings. But yeah, if for by myself, this is it, because I'm lazy and I'm in there for efficiency and effectiveness. Not sure. I know there are some people who are like, no, take your time, it's fun. I'm like,
I got a to do today.
Right, like, I got shit to do. We are here for a purpose. Okay. So these things, okay, I rolled my eyes at these for a long time, because it was like, I don't get it. How does it work? But I bought one, and they accidentally sent me two, so I have two. They really are good. They really are great. The little suction thing. Now, I am a strange person in that where did it go? I lost. Oh, here it is. I have to have some form of penetration in order to climax. So this thing is really awesome. This is it's dead. It has not been charged. Okay. So it's just little vibrating egg-shaped thing, right? And then it's got this little thing. So this actually has a little transmitter in it that you can connect to Bluetooth. You connect to an app on the phone, and someone else can control and so you can actually use this with a long distance partner, because you can video chat, and it's all within the app, and they can control the pattern. So that's super fun. And the two together are really awesome, especially when you're playing with someone else. I have, this one's nice. I like this one. I don't use this one. I didn't find it that useful, but it's pretty.
Whoa.
It's glass, and it's got a flower on it, and this is so going on a shelf when I finish getting my house built.
And you can just
pretty
sculpture.
I can what?
Tell people to sculpture.
It's going to be in my bedroom, so if they make it into my bedroom, they shouldn't be shocked about what I have there. Okay, let's see what else I have. I have some things I've never used, like this thing. Okay, so it's just a regular vibrator, but it came with different sleeves that go over it, so they're different shapes and different textures. This was like a free gift for ordering. I think the last time I ordered the Rabbit Vibe, they sent this as a gift. So I've never used it, but I keep it, and
just in case.
It's a nice travel size, right? So I'm like, I might need it. I'm gonna keep it. And then I've got, the standard cock rings, the bullet vibe with all the different attachments. And then there's this guy. This was a gift.
Is that the one from that episode we talked about?
No, no, that was, I don't have that anymore. That accidentally got set next to another toy, silicone toy, in a drawer, and they melted together. So I had to throw that thing away.
God.
Yes. So yeah, that one I don't have anymore, but this was given to me as a gift. It is fucking huge,
Yeah.
although still smaller than Horseman. Um, basically, I've used this for videos a couple times, and that other than that, it sits in the box.
How big is it? That doesn't help me.
I'm looking at it. I'm gauging it. So 14 inches altogether. So this is about 12. The shaft is about 12.
Okay.
But it's not. I mean, it's the girth isn't huge
Yeah.
necessarily. It's about 2 inches across, maybe 2.5. So definitely above average, but
A little.
in the relative to toys, it's not huge, right? Because they have giant toys, but relative to actual anatomy, he's a big boy. But I keep it because, you know, it was a gift. And maybe the partner who bought it for me will, maybe I'll see him again sometime. We can use it again. I don't know.
Pricey.
Mostly he just stays in the case, but that's all I have now because I did I've tried a bunch of different things. I bought one of those expensive. Oh, I have this thing too. This is just the basic Trojan one that you can buy at Walmart. I tried one of those expensive ones it was a rabbit vibe, but you know, it's made out of this type of material, and it's, you know, it was super fancy. You know, it would vibrate to like the beat of music and all this. Like you could program it. It was like almost $200, and it did not fit my body right. I was so disappointed. It didn't fucking work.
Oh, that makes me sad when that happens.
Yeah.
Because, like, you can't send it back.
Right. And I kept it for like 4 years thinking, oh, maybe and I'd try it every now and then. I'm like, fuck, this doesn't work right. So I went back to the old classic type of rabbit vibe because that one just did not work. And I was very sad. And I have not invested that kind of money since because I'm like, that was just disappointing.
That makes me really sad.
My favorite toy for the outcome that I've used with a partner is kind of like the roses, but it's got a handle and it doesn't have the suction. It's just the stimulus without the suction around the clit, and it's
Yeah, I've seen those. I haven't tried one specifically like that. I did see that they have a rose now that has a similar type, that has a except it's one of the thrusting ones, right? Attached to it. So I'm gonna have to try those.
Yeah, the store that I went into had like 5 or 6 different rose and rose type models like that.
I feel like I'm gonna have to look into that remote control one because I have a long distance partner now. So
it's pretty fun. It was a little, well, okay. I have trouble trusting people.
yeah,
Specifically male type people. And so it was for a long time because there's a lot of them that have, you know, remotes or different apps and stuff. And I was like kind of hesitant to give somebody that kind of control.
yeah.
But it worked out pretty good. It was good.
My experience with the remote style stuff is there's ones that fit the outside and cup, and then there's ones that penetrate. The ones that fit outside typically have been favorited.
Interesting. Must do research.
See, I've thought about those and I've looked at those. My hesitation with those, the external one, is everybody I know who uses those likes to use them in public, and I'm like, I don't trust
No.
any man to
We
control
never
that remote in public.
We never did any of that, but it's been talked about.
Right?
That just seems so terrifying. Like, I've seen those videos of the women that like gave their husbands or whoever those, and there was a woman that knocked over like a whole wine rack because it was so strong. And I was like,
right. Exactly. I'm like, I don't think I can trust anyone that much.
That's terrifying.
Okay. So, in review, sex toys are perfectly fine and they are not your competition, men.
No, they may get better.
Oh, they do. And I see so many, I regularly see men posting things like, no wonder you can't be satisfied by a man because you use these toys or you use these different sizes. And I just want to scream at people like, you don't understand how female anatomy works at all, do you?
No.
Mm-mm.
Let me put it in guy terms. You spray the ether in the diesel engine, get it started, let it warm up, and then you drive the truck.
I actually understood all of that.
Maybe we should do a sex ed podcast like episode.
We really do. We really do. And that's the thing, and that the Sex Machines museum is really good. If anybody ends up out there, go check it out. But as Dr. Faith likes to point out all the time, humans invented the dildo before we invented the wheel by like 5,000 years. Like, sex toys are not something new. They're not something shameful. It's perfectly fine.
Like, everybody has sex, and just make it more fun. Or make your alone time fun. Whatever you need.
Right?
Yeah.
Masturbation is healthy, y'all. It's not going to make you go blind for real. Or if it does, it might be worth it.
Depends on how you do it.
Fair point. There are... Be safe, y'all.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to make sure you don't miss any of the uploads, be sure to turn on those notifications so you will know as soon as those go up. Also, like us on social media at Hypoxia Podcast, or the easiest way is to go to our website, hypoxia.com. That's HOPOKSIA.com. And the links to all the socials and all the podcast feeds are right there. And we just want to thank you all for sharing your time with us, hanging out with us, and we hope to spend more time with you in the future.